guys. So I'm a bit late with this update, but I did want to get it out. I told you guys I had content for you this month. So I've already shared another installment of the Toy Box of Words. I hope to have something special to share with you for Christmas, but I'm still kind of working on it. It's not going as well as I wanted it, but we'll see what happens. We got time before we get there. I do have something that I'll be sharing with you next Sunday. I'm trying to share on Sundays because I have just found that that's the day that I'm for some reason able to like share content with you guys. I think for a long time I tried to fight it because I felt like, Sunday is the Lord's day, which it is, but Jesus healed people on the Sabbath. So I'm not doing what I'm doing because I'm trying to be like greedy or anything like that. This is just the day that seems to like, be best for me. And I get up and have my time with the Lord every day. And then, of course, set aside time for Him on Sunday as well. And so, if this is the day where I'm able to like do this, I'm just going to stop fighting it. And so, that's why I've been posting content on Sundays. But anyway, that's beside the point. So, today's update is going to be about the Mark of Bletsian series. I've really been struggling with it for a long time. And it's not because I don't care about the story or something like that. It's just, I don't know if you've ever written something or created something or done something and decided that you loved it so much that you weren't satisfied with the way it was. So you decided to completely redo it. And that's kind of what I've done here. I love the story that I've created. My Eternal Curse series means so much to me. But part of me is also kind of like, I've already done it. And that's where I'm having the struggle of redoing it. It's like, maybe I shouldn't mess with it, but I want to mess with it. And so, anyway, the whole point of me saying all that is I do have an update for that today. I hope to soon be able to actually start sharing, actual like passages with you guys. I know I've done a few, but not a whole lot. It's mostly been me talking about like the outlining and the development and stuff like that, which is that's still kind of where I am. But some of you already know about this. And for those of you who don't, I want to let you know that I am actually developing a game based off the characters and kind of the world of my Mark of Bletsian series, previously known as the Eternal Curse. So the whole idea with me creating this game was that I thought that if I started playing around with this game idea that I have, it would get me excited about the characters, help me develop storylines where I was kind of missing some things. And it was all just meant to be this kind of like experimental thing to help me get over my hump. Well, it worked. I have done so much with that first book that I've been struggling with. The first book in the new series has been the hardest for me because it's basically the prequel to the old series. And so I'm actually starting from the beginning and kind of going chronologically moving forward. And so I'm having to like pull these different pieces together and I'm really developing this world and all this kind of stuff. But I was just, kind of trying to figure out, I don't know, I was just having like this motivation issue. And then when I thought that the problem that I was having was that I just really wasn't having fun. And I'm like, I need to get back to the point where this story is fun for me and not like just this labor of love where I'm trying to like perfect this story that I wrote. And to be honest, I'm really not seeking perfection because I don't feel like there's anything in existence that's perfect other than God. So anything that He's created is not going to be perfect. So I'm not going to try to be perfect, but I know that I can share the story um, in a better way than I originally did. When I originally told the story, I was so proud of what I was able to accomplish with it. And I'm never going to downplay that in any way. But I also know that I've grown and developed a lot as a writer. And there's aspects of the story that I felt like I needed to kind of clean up and tweak a bit. And so I was very excited when I announced that I was going to be doing that. But then the actual part of doing it was just kind of like, ugh. And so, anyway, I started to develop this game and I've been having so much fun, not only developing the game, but it has inspired me to like write so much. Like I have written so much that I'm hoping, no guarantees, but I'm hoping that for the month of January, I'll actually have like a sample to share with you. But basically, what this update is about. It's a two-part update. So I'm going to give you some update about the Marco Bletsian story itself, but I'm also going to share some of the game concept with you guys. So my original plan with the game, again, was just to kind of have some fun with the characters and be inspired. But actually, after I started coming up with the game concept, I was like, this game is pretty awesome. So I do think I actually want to develop it into a real game. And at some point down the road, I'm not setting any dates or anything, but actually bring it to the market. And so it'll be one of those things where, of course, the two items will go together perfectly. You know, like you can read the book series, you can play the game, but you can also play the game without reading the series, and you can also read the series without playing a game. Either way. But so what I'm basically doing right now, just gonna show you a few images. I'm gonna share my screen and do all that jazz. But I'm making the prototype. So what I'm gonna show you will absolutely not be the finished product. I want to be clear about that. When I'm ready to actually have my finished product, I'm hoping to work like with a real like graphic artist for that. So anyway, what I've done is I've basically created like a Word document where I've designed these different like cards and things like that. And so I'm going to start by I'm gonna do it old school. I'm gonna print it on like some cardstock and maybe laminate it, just because what I want to do is have people in my local area, starting with family and friends, stuff like that, actually play the game, get feedback from them so I can figure out how to tweak and perfect the game to make it something that I will eventually want to bring to the market down the road. Plus, while I'm testing out this game, I'm going to continue writing the story. And if, if it's God's will, maybe, the first book in the new series will come out maybe around the time that I'm ready to release the game. I don't know. I'm not putting any labels or dates or on things right now. I just know that for a long time, I've been really struggling to make progress on this story. And I've made so much progress within the last, I want to say, 3 or 4 weeks. And I'm just so blessed that I came up with this idea, that I've been having fun with it, and that I want to keep having fun with it. So let me get ready to share with you guys just some of this prototype stuff that I've been telling about. Let me find the right thing to click on, because clearly I don't have the right thing up because it's not there yet. Let me okay, here we go. So like I said, what I am about to show you is not in any way, shape, or form going to be the final product. This is just a prototype. This is a mock-up of, what I'm hoping to be able to do moving forward. So let me get this going. Share. Okay, so here we are. Yes, I am recording in Zoom. I do things the lazy way sometimes. All right, so here is my Word document. And so here are my mock-up of the cards. Let me explain to you guys what you're looking at. So each card is a character from the game. Some of the characters are like major characters. Some of them are simply like minor mentioned characters. Doesn't matter. They are characters from the book that are going to be in the game. Each card is numbered like a playing card. So you could essentially use this full deck once it's completed as a regular playing card deck if you wanted to do that. But of course, that's not really how the game is going to go. So anyway, I'm just going to show you what I have here. A lot of this imagery and things that you're seeing here, like I said, they will change, but for right now, each, character is going to have like a list of like powers and or abilities. These aren't all of their powers and abilities. These are just the major ones that are going to help with the gameplay. Each character have a name. So this one is Prudence. As you can see, she's female. I have also a male figure. So again, these are very rough sketches, people. This is not going to be the final art. I have the moon here. And as you can see, there's a sun down here. Right now, I'm using those very simple, basic images to represent like good and evil or light and dark, that kind of thing. I really don't think that's what I'm gonna settle on for the final like card, but that's just what I'm using right now as a placeholder. And then we have this little cluster of things here, and all of this means something. The red and orange cards are my evil cards. The blue and the purple cards are my righteous cards. And then Christ is the wild card. And so, yeah, I mean, obviously, if you don't know anything about my Mark of Bletsian series, you're like, what's happening here, lady? So if you want to go back and, read the Eternal Curse series, that's the series that I'm rewriting. I'm starting from the beginning. I'm going in chronological order, but I've added so much stuff to it because of this little experiment. So I'm just going to, again, show you guys some of this. I'm not going to go through everything, but you can see the names of some of the characters listed here. The characters, so these are all of the evil red cards. And then this is what I'm going to be using right now as the template for like the back of all of the cards. Again, this will not be the final product. This is just so I can create a prototype and play it with other people. So same thing, I've got my orange cards and keep it going. Got my blue righteous cards and then my purple righteous cards. And so I want to talk a little bit about what I'm actually thinking of in terms of gameplay, but I'm going to settle here and just come back to you guys and talk to you. So let's see here. All right, so I was so glad to just kind of show you, what I'm envisioning. There is more to it. I already have a full, complete mock-up of the game board that's going to go with these cards. So yes, there is a game board. I'm going to be posting this video publicly on YouTube. So what's up, YouTube family? But for those of you who are members of my Patreon, which you can be a free member of my Patreon, that is a thing. Like, that's not messing with you. It's not a limited trial. So if you want to just follow me for free, I'm going to also be sharing some kind of screenshot images of the game board. Again, just the prototype, guys. This will not be the final product with that community. So to wrap this up, the idea is that I've created the game. The game itself will be named after the series, but it's going to be a game. So the series is going to be the Mark of Bletsian series. That name is explained in the books and all that kind of stuff. But the idea is that when I release the game, if I need to come up with like a campaign to explain that, I will. But the name of the game will actually be called the Mark of Bletsian Battle for Earth. And it's called Battle for Earth is because the game will be played in basically 4 different ways. So the one way is what I'm I'm going to be calling like fight mode, where you basically are going to be using the character cards in like hand to hand combat. It's going to be very simple, basic. From there, you can go into what's called battle mode, where you'll be playing like multiple cards against each other, again, kind of in like, a fight or a battle. And then there's going to be the war mode, and that's where the game board will come into play. So you'll be using the characters along with the game board to play in war mode, because this is the battle for Earth. And the way that I'm designing the game is that you can play it straight up like a strategy game, but I am going to add a role play component to it. You do not have to play role play. At least this is what I'm envisioning for the game. That's why I want to get the prototype printed out and actually try it out with people. And the idea here is that it's going to be like role play for dummies. Like, this isn't going to be like a real legit like RPG. Like, that's not what this is. But I do think it could be fun for people who embrace the story and the characters. They might actually want to, be, including that role play part. So all of that, of course, is going to be explained at some point, but this is what I've kind of envisioned for this. And like I said, I am making it possible to where people might just like the cards once I get all the art and stuff like that down. And so they might just want to purchase the cards and use them like a regular playing deck, because I am going to include instructions on how you can do that. Like, you should be able to play a hand of poker with these cards if you want to. I mean, you don't have to do that. Obviously, I'm hoping that you're going to play the Battle for Earth game with them, but I'm just so excited that I had this wackadoo idea that actually worked out. I mean, as excited as I am about developing this game, I'm even more excited about how much it has inspired me to actually write this story that I've been struggling to write. Like I said, in the past 3 weeks, I think I've written more on the story than I have in the whole year. And so I think that's really good. It's just really helped me connect with the characters, being able to move these character cards around and say, hey, this is what's happening here and this is happening there. And, thinking about all these different things. And I feel like I've said a lot, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of end it here. Like I said, I am gonna have a little bit extra footage to share with my Patreon community. And again, you do not have to be a paid member to get access to what I'm going to be sharing because I'm going to post this video publicly. If you want to join that Patreon community and support me, that will be fantastic. But if you also just want to join for free, you can do that as well because this is going to be for anyone who's a member. So I'm very excited about this, and I hope you are too. I really am looking forward to a whole bunch of new things that are going to be happening in January. For those of you who are part of my Patreon community, just remember those tiers are changing on January 1st. So if you haven't looked at that pinned post, please do that. And for all of you YouTube followers, I'm again just blessed that you're here. Hope that you'll stick around. I'm going to be doing things that I've kind of always done, but also doing things a little bit different. I'm going to be giving myself a little bit more grace and compassion and just sharing more about what kind of things I'm doing creatively. All right, guys. If you have any feedbacks or questions for me, I'm here for them. Otherwise, I want you to stay safe and be blessed. Hey, if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and also leave me a comment. I would love that. Okay.